Hey YouTube. Before I start, I just want to let everyone know that this is my very first YouTube video. Other than just an ad I put in for a motorcycle I was selling, I just made a quick video. This is my actual first video specifically for YouTube, so don't bash me up too bad. Also, if you guys, I know a lot of people are into this stuff and they've been building these solar generators. If you guys do have any ideas or a way to better it in any way, or if you have some constructive criticism, let me know. Leave a comment or something like that, and I'd like to improve it if I could. Basically, I was looking at a lot of videos. Basically, I put this all together just watching YouTube videos and listen to people talk about how they built theirs and all the power stuff and cords needed and sizes of cords and all that stuff. I was looking at just starting with a battery box, and you put a little 12-volt cigarette lighter in there and you can charge some 12-volt stuff, and then you can buy a little solar or a little inverter and you can charge your laptop and stuff. And then the more I learned, the more I was like, well, the bigger and better just look cooler. And then I found the Yeti 1250, and it's like a 1,000 amp hour battery and has all these plugs in. And then they had the bigger one, was like made by Xantrex. It's like the Xantrex 1800, and you can power refrigerators and all that stuff. And I realized, well, if I'm going to do it, I might as well do it big. So it's kind of modeled after that Goal Zero 1250, which I have some other Goal Zero stuff, and it's all awesome. So it's kind of modeled after that, only the Goal Zero has a 100 amp hour battery. This has two 101 amp hour batteries, so I put them together, so you're looking at 202 amp hours. I think its max is 1200 watts output. This is a 1600 watt watt inverter with 3200 watt surge max, and it's a modifying sine wave, not the pure, because those are too damn expensive for me. So anyways, start off looking, I was just going to build a box, and then I realized, well, this plastic Craftsman thing works pretty good for me. A lot of space, it's pretty strong for being plastic. This thing's over 100 pounds, and I can lift it up still, but it totes around pretty easily without being, breaking anything. I think that was like 40 bucks. So top comes off real easy, just pop it off. It came with a little tray. I took the tray off and I'm using it for something else just because there wasn't enough room once I squeezed everything in here. On top here I got my little chart for what the battery charge is and the conversion rates for that, and then some wire gauge stuff that I used when I was building it, and I figured it might come in handy at some point. Just a few different charts because I noticed they were all a little different. Anyways, so starting off, here's just some extra stuff I got, because I only got two 12-volt outputs right there. So this, if I'm running some light stuff like charging phones and stuff like that, I just snap this on the side right there. It's got a little thing that slides on, a little bracket. I didn't want to put it on there because it would break off if I put it in my truck or something. I put a couple USB outputs, 3 other 12-volt outputs, and then I just can plug it in right here to the front whenever I want to, and that leaves me one other one over here that I can use. I got a couple lights, a little, all this stuff was like off eBay, pretty cheap, or Amazon, one of the two. A little 12-volt cigarette lighter I can plug right onto the post or to your car or something like that, just to charge whatever you need to. Some more little miscellaneous stuff, some of those nice little, I think it's like a 10 or 15 foot 12-volt extension cord. Over here, same thing, another 12-volt extension cord. I think it's about 20 feet though. I made that out of just a regular extension cord. Bought some pieces off of eBay and put it together and heat shrink the posts and glued everything in there so it's pretty solid. Didn't just want to use electrical tape because it looked kind of cheesy and it didn't seem like it would hold on very good. So these are pretty tough. Probably the equivalent of what you could get in the store, almost. Another little cheapo light I got runs off of 12 volts since it's a little bit more efficient than running the inverter the whole time for lights. And then just a little power strip if I need to plug more smaller stuff in. And I also have a little Goal Zero light somewhere, I think, that plugged into the USB, which just for like a little light when camping works pretty good. Anyways, there's the guts of everything. Whistler 1600 watt inverter. Like I said, the surge was 3200. I've ran heat guns off of it, power drills and stuff like that. It runs it no problem. I got these two 101 amp hour Everstart Marine deep cycle batteries. They're about 70 bucks a piece, I think, at Walmart. Bought a brand new. Series 92, if you guys are wanting to know, 101 amp hour. They're heavy as hell, but they fit perfectly in here. I got everything bolted down and tightened with a little mount I made and put a little support on the back to hold everything. A big difficulty I had was figuring out how to wire everything, and I watched a lot of YouTube videos, like I said before. I think David Reimer, he had like a little igloo cooler one that he made, which was pretty cool, and I kind of wanted one like that, and then I decided to go bigger. Also, there's another guy, I can't remember his name, but he has a bunch of different solar stuff. I think he wired his whole house for solar, and then made a bunch of these little type deals for emergency stuff. I wanted to put a little breaker in here that was connecting between the batteries that you could disconnect, and it would completely disconnect all power to everything. And I had it mounted in there, and I realized once I turned it off so nothing would be connected, everything, or some of the switches and stuff still ran. So I'm not sure, I'm not an electrician, so I'm not too sure on wiring. Like I said, basically the only reason I learned how to wire this was just from YouTube videos. So I know the basics about electricity, and I wasn't sure. So I just decided to take that out. I do have the circuit, the inverter with this little, I think it's like a stereo 200 amp circuit breaker type deal. So I can shut the power off to just the inverter if I need to, in case something happens. Otherwise, everything else is pretty easily replaceable. Crap load of wires, everything in there. A lot of people have like alligator clamps. I decided just to mount everything with bolts and everything, so it's more secure, more permanent. If I need to take it off, I just take the bolt off and I can take the wires off, but this was a little bit more sturdy in my eyes. So I got that little CPU fan I got at Radio Shack. It was like 10 bucks, pretty cheap. On the front here, I got some Marine 12 volt plugs. I got them fused in as well, and these switches, which caused me a lot of headaches trying to figure out how to make the switch work and then the light up. It was a pain in the butt anyways, but I watched some videos and this one guy had it, so finally figured that out. So I got 2 of those. I got my inverter there. It's a pretty nice inverter. Like I said, it ran heat guns and stuff. They're pulling like 1,000 watts, 1,200 watts. Didn't have a problem. And then I got these little posts I made. I just put them in there, connect them directly to the battery. That way I can, if I need to jump start a truck with jumper cables, I can do that camping. If I need to charge this, I can charge this with jumper cables via my truck. Or I can use, if this isn't big enough, for some reason I have some extra 12 volt batteries, I can just set some more 12 volt batteries to the side and connect them, I think it's parallel with jumper cables, and have a little extra juice if I need it. And then that solar panel that I got out there will charge everything. Well, on the back side here, I got the solar panel hooked up right now. The sun's kind of going down, so it's not charging a whole lot. I got the little SunForce 10 amp charge controller, which I think has worked great. It gives me a good reading of my amps and the batteries and the 2 batteries. And got a little exhaust fan right here. Lights up blue. That was kind of cool. And then just I made a little, if you can see that, there you go, extension cord. I just bought a big extension cord from Walmart, a little small one, cut the ends off, and I bought, like I said before, I bought a bunch of these things off of eBay, and just put them in there with some heat shrink tubing, whatever it's called, and some hot glue, so everything's fixed pretty well. And then, like, if I wanted to charge this while it's in my truck and I'm driving somewhere, I can always just plug something into my cigarette lighter. And let me turn the light on, that might make it easier. There we go. I can plug it into my cigarette lighter and then plug it in while this is in the back of my truck and charge it while it's in the back of my truck if for some reason I don't have my solar panel out or it's dead or anything like that. Everything on this box, I thought, well, I don't know how strong it'll be, but this plastic makes it pretty heavy duty. These wheels are pretty solid, so you can roll it around all day and it won't cause any problems. Let's go check out the solar panel. Okay, so the solar panel I got off of eBay. I was looking at the Harbor Freight ones, and everyone's like, oh yeah, Harbor Freight's good, and it is, but they are 145 watt, I'm sorry, about 150 bucks for a 45 watt solar panel. This was off of eBay for about 180 bucks, and it's 2 40-watt panels put together, so that's obviously 80 watts for almost the same price, and it was free shipping. It was someplace in China or something. Anyways, it was a little on the sides. You can set it down. I didn't want to break the glass, so I just bought these. It's like edging for sealing doors and stuff like that. Put that on there and put a little piece in the middle. That way, if I drop it or anything, it won't hurt it once it's all folded up. And this folds in half with the hinges and everything. When I got the solar panel, it just had these little chintzy alligator clips, and obviously didn't want to do that. I wanted something a little bit more solid. So cut the alligator clips off, combined the solar panels. Now I got some little pull quick disconnects. I can just pop one off whenever I put it in storage. So there's no power going to it. And then the whole cord, I just wind it up and then put it together with these little Velcro straps, and then strap it right in there so everything's nice and tidy and put away good. And then obviously if I need more length to it, I got my extension cord, so I can add another 20 feet to it and put it far away. If I'm in trees or my campsite's in trees or something, I can have a solar panel while this is still inside my tent or just outside the tent. Anyways, if you guys have any comments or any ways to make it better, I'd appreciate it. This is the very first one I built. I probably won't build any other ones. I might build a little bit smaller one. Like I said, this one's pretty big. I can run refrigerators and stuff off of it for a little bit of time. But I haven't really used it. I just got done building it this winter. It's starting to be spring now, so when camping comes up, I'll be able to use it then and for archery and everything else. So let me know what you guys think, and thanks for watching. Later.